regroup and get it back. Lots of hustle from both sides. Kafusi, though, tells Isaac Williams, not in here. That brings a rise out of the crowd.
And that secondary defense on the baseline, Kafusi with the help. He says, no, I'm the stopper. You get by, I'll meet you here.
Collinsworth steals the inbounds pass. Fisher to Kafusi.
Oh, did he cock that over to the right before he threw that down?
Yes, he did.
9 points now for Kafusi running the floor. I love how they reward the big guys. Yeah, that was a little flair on that one. Little side kind of a thing on the dunk.
Corbin 4 for 4 from the field. His hot start continues. Now it's Love. Pass Kafusi. Blocked from behind. Cougars on the run. Emery out ahead. Emery with 13. And a late pushback by BYU in the closing seconds. Now up 44-27.
And Emery is 5 of 8 and 3 of 6 from behind that three-point line.
9-0 run for the Cougars.
And he's scoring, but he's not being selfish. He's got 5 assists. It's a great floor game for Emery.
Young drops in a 3.
Nice 3 by Damian Young.
Time to get a shot off. Collinsworth from half court. Thank you. The Devils, this is the 5th of 14 straight road games to open the season. They'll be at Robert Morris on Saturday. Collinsworth double teamed and throws it away to begin the second half. Very quiet start here at the Marriott Center.
And I think Andre Payne, he's got to be happy with the way his team did rebound the basketball. So it looks like their focus then will be a transition D and getting those guards back. They did give up some easy runouts, especially on turnovers.
Same starting 5 for both teams. 3 ball from Damian Young. His 11th point of the night. It's a 9-point game.
And Young is 4 of 5 from the field and 3 of 4 from that three-point arc.
Devils trying to trap. Davis gets behind him, off the glass and in. Nice court vision from Fisher to find Davis darting to the basket. 7 points for Davis.
Look at 6 of 14 now for BYU and 5 of 11. Very respectable. And this is a team that came in shooting from that three-point line, 25.8% Mississippi Valley.
Another 3. That one's true for Young out of Grayson, Georgia. Came in making 4 of 16 on the season. He's got 14 points. He's made 4 of 5 tonight. Fisher throws out of a triple team and throws it away. Emery breaks up the breakaway. It'll be off of BYU, and the Devils have it down by just 8.
And there's a noticeable energy, an extra step, and a good strip by Emery. I thought it might have gone off the body of that time of Phillips, but it didn't. It went out of bounds off of Emery, and boy, Phillips gonna have to chase this one.
That's a deep ball.
All the way back into the backcourt. But the energy level of Mississippi Valley coming out of the locker room was excellent. Coming out ready to play and confident.
Tuesday night, they got beat by 34 at Grand Canyon. But they're hanging tough tonight. Phillips. Ball knocked away. 1 second on the shot clock. See if everybody recognizes that on both sides.
Well, Nick Emery and Chase Fisher just both said, hey guys, 1 second, 1 second.
3-point shot, good by Young.
Young is on fire right now.
17 points, 3 threes out of the gate. Kafusi to answer. He'll go to the line. Chance at a conventional 3-point play.
And this is the second time we've seen Kafusi power up through contact. Well, let's watch this out of bounds play. Good screen. That time inside by Vaughn, and he frees up his teammate Damian Young for that 3. And Young on fire in this ball game.
5 of 6 threes, and on the other end, Kafusi misses the free throw, but it's tipped in by Davis. So a 4-point trip down the floor for BYU.
And they needed that at that point, as a lot of momentum on the side of this Mississippi Valley State basketball team.
Collinsworth assigned to quiet down Damian Young. Vaughn took a step, trying to make a move. Turns the ball over. First sub of the second half, Michael Matlock comes in, and Alex goes out. Our scorebook brought to you by Brady Industries, a provider of commercial cleaning supplies and equipment. Brady Industries Clean Solutions, a tradition for generations. Fisher for three. Doesn't draw anything. Devils are running. Now they back it out. And Phillips will reset the offense. 9-point game. The hot hand is right here with Young. Forced up shot with the left hand. Battle for the rebound. The foul will go against Mississippi Valley. And over the back is Matlock. That's his first.
Yeah, Michael Matlock, he had outside position, didn't have inside position. And he put his hands down. You're going to be able to see it on the backside, just on the right. See how he puts his hands in the small of the back of Davis and pushes him under the basket to create some room to get that rebound, and that was the call.
Nice pass by Fisher down low to Davis, and Davis is fouled. And it'll go against Kylan Phillips, just a freshman out of Memphis, his first. Well, each time BYU has made a run in this game, it started with the defense, a couple of steals, and some runouts. Kafusi travel. Kafusi got that ball just a little too far outside of his wheelhouse, so to speak.
And he can make that face-up jump shot, but he's better if that face-up jump shot is 8 to 10 feet. He was out beyond the elbow that time.
10 turnovers for the Cougars to just 9 for the Devils. Good looking pass. Young slicing to the basket. They're going to call it goaltend. And the lead to 7. I'll tell you, BYU will have to be much sharper on Saturday night when Belmont comes to town.
Well, and you see the hand up into the net by Kafusi.
Kafusi triple team up. Misses the short shot, and it's taken away. I'll tell you, the Devils are putting on an impressive performance here in the second half.
And they're getting energy. You talk about getting energy off of a home crowd. BYU's crowd quiet right now. And this team's getting energy from Andre Payne. Their coach is, I've hardly ever seen this much energy out of a coach. He is up on his feet, and he is just directing everything this team is doing. And now BYU's crowd, the student section gets into it a little bit.
Then the Devils, despite such a huge size advantage.
The Devils have, especially in the second half, have been getting to all those 50-50 balls. They've been the aggressor, and they're shooting 4 or 5 here in the second half, 80%.
Another timeout on the floor.
That's the most animated and upset I've seen BYU coach Dave Rose this season. He said to his team, you're acting like they're just going to bow down to you because you're BYU. You're standing around. They've scored 12 points in 4 minutes. Unacceptable. It needs to stop. And then he said the word move about 15 times. Dave?
Spencer, thank you. We'll see who moves on this possession.
Yeah, that offense has been a little too stagnant. Not enough ball movement, not enough movement off of the ball.
Fisher back to that, waits for Kafusi. Now Emery back to Fisher. Kafusi keeping it alive. Again, those fast hands of the Devils really causing BYU trouble. We got a fumble and a tie-up. And I would not want to be on the bottom of Kafusi coming over. The possession arrow will give the ball to the Devils, but Matlock takes a punishment here at the end of this one.
And Matlock goes down. I love his hustle, but I equally love the hustle of Kafusi to go back and get after it.
There's the football player still in Corbin Kafusi.
He's still got some of that in him, no doubt about it.
So Matlock is shaken up and goes to the bench.
And I think if you saw that replay, I think he got shaken up going for the basketball before Kafusi got back in there and going after the ball.
Nate Austin's waiting to check in. They're going to wipe off some blood from Matlock. And now Davis will come out, so the Cougars will go as tall as they can here with Kaufusi and Austin. And then the guards of Collinsworth, Fisher, and Emery.
And I'm sure with Austin, when they got him up off the bench, his instructions were, go play some defense and get a rebound. Look at the bench points, the difference. Mississippi Valley, 18 points off of that bench.
Love got a good look, and a whistle and a foul. This is going to go against the Devils, and it's Matlock. Shows his frustration, heading down the floor, and picks up his second.
And the ball going up, and Matlock just with his hand, and
Andre Payne busting a move there.
I'll tell you, he's just over to the left out in front of this, and he's been very entertaining.
Collinsworth with the spin, leaves it for Austin.
Oh, that's a great pass. Good bounce pass in a good spot. When you get into a big guy, you got to give him a pass they can handle, and that thing was a piece of beauty.
First bucket of the night for Nate Austin. BYU's doubled up the Devils in points down low. Mississippi Valley's done their damage from way outside. Searles back into the game. This is Romaine, and he's fouled by Collinsworth. Trying to make a spin move, and that's number 2 on Collinsworth.
Just look at that bounce pass right in between two defenders. Collinsworth drawing those defenders with his drop step. That's just a great pass.
Love working on Kaufusi. Moves to his right. Good looking shot by the 6'5" senior over Kaufusi, now with 9 points. They go right to Kaufusi. Kick back, Emery from the corner, too strong. Devils bring it down. Cougars had 2 shots at that loose ball, but Matlock comes out with it.
And Austin had his hands on the basketball, but the theme continues to be the 50-50 balls. Mississippi Valley's come up, and here they do it again. Another one that should have been controlled by Kaufusi. And was that Matlock that came up with it? Hustle plays over and over again by Michael Matlock.
Collinsworth baseline, up off the glass and in. 54-47, the lead is 7 as Collinsworth gets his 6th point.
This Mississippi Valley State team, they come into this game averaging 55 points a game. At the 13-minute mark, they've already got 47.
Love again over Kaufusi, back-to-back off the glass.
Love now with 11 points on 5 of 10.
Collinsworth to answer again off the glass.
Yeah,
so it's Love and it's Collinsworth.
Collinsworth just the last time down the floor said, okay, enough is enough. Nobody out here can guard me. I'm just going to take it to the rim. And for Mississippi Valley State, they've got to help. So when he beats his on-the-ball defender, they got to rotate and cut him off and force him to give up the basketball.
8 points for Collinsworth. This is Romaine matched up with Kyle. Into the lane. Knocks it in. Confidence is growing from the underdogs. 8 points for Romaine. They have found a way to neutralize BYU's height. Fisher for 3. 9 points on 3 threes for Fisher. And that a much needed one. The lead back to 8. Since this crowd's just waiting for something to yell about.
And Fisher now 3 of 7 from behind that 3-point line.
Strong on the answer by Williams. Austin on the rebound. Emery calling for the ball deep in the corner. Collinsworth backs it out. Emery hasn't scored here in the second half. Here's Collinsworth again. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. He'll be shooting 2 when we come back. 11:37 to go. 8 o'clock Eastern time here on BYU TV. Well, it's cold and snowy outside the Marriott Center, but inside Blaine in the second half. Both teams shooting over 60% from the field.
Heating it up 61.5. 8 of 13 for Mississippi Valley and 7 of 11 for BYU. BYU now 52% for the game.
Collinsworth misses. He'll get another. Spencer.
The message from Andre Payne during that timeout was make number 5, Kyle Collinsworth, shoot from the outside. He scouted him well. Collinsworth, should be noted, showed up a couple of hours early, and that is his habit, to get more shots up, because teams from here on out will challenge him to beat them from the outside, guys.
Spencer, thanks. And one thing we've seen from Kyle since the Long Beach game is fewer and fewer outside shots.
Well, and the strategy is all good, but you got to stop him on the drive. You got to help out. You can't let him get to the rim, and he's been able to do that here.
There he pulls down the rebound and is fouled by Love. Collinsworth now with 6 rebounds, 9 points, 4 assists.
You see Collinsworth in good position there, and then
Love
Latrell Love just getting tangled up with him.
Collinsworth, there's the jump shot they were talking about, and an air ball, and then Aites knocks it out of bounds. So right now, Andre Payne's going, see, I told you. That's how we got to beat
he was
him.
right in front of us. He goes, yeah, that's what we want. You said that right here, and we can hear him right in front of us. And they'll give that up. If they're going to pick their poison, they want that. They don't want him getting to the front of the rim.
I think the next time we see Collinsworth outside, he's driving to the basket. Cougars, defensive pressure giving the Devils some trouble. Shot clock's under 10. 9-point BYU lead. Searles gets rid of it. Shots too strong by Whitfield. Here come the Cougars. Emery left open for 3. Rattled out. Knocked out of bounds by Austin. So Emery with a hot first half. A couple of misses here in the second.
And you remember when BYU had an 11-2 advantage in points off of turnovers in that first half? And then BYU's kind of quieted down. They haven't had those runouts. Well, now points off of turnovers, Mississippi Valley has 12. BYU has been stuck on 11 for a long time.
Big difference in the game that's allowed the Devils to hang around. High arcing shot, a good looking one from Damian Young. Young with 19. Cougars answer back. 62-53, and there's Emery making some noise. 15 points for Emery. Young with 22, leading all scorers on the floor. Love, knocked away by Aites. Emery goes right back to Aites. Turn around jump shot, good! 4 points for Aites, the lead back to double digits.
Rewards the big guy for making a play on the defensive end. He gets the ball back and finishes.
Searles being harassed by Emery. This is a critical stage for the Devils here as we near 9 minutes. Open 3. In it goes for Rashawn Searles, now with 6. And the lead is 8. Emery draws a double team right into Aites. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
This Mississippi Valley State team is now 9 of 16 from 3. That's 56%. This team comes in here shooting 26% from 3. This is a remarkable performance and not what they have done so far this season.
Damian Young picks up his second. Aites misses the free throw. Fisher's back in for BYU. Collinsworth's going to go out for the moment. Jabari Alex returns along with Vaisha Vaughn for the Delta Devils. 8:48 to go. BYU trying to get to 3-1 on the season, with Belmont coming to town on Saturday night. Aites gets 1 of 2. Now with 5. 9-point game. Got to credit these Devils. They've taken the air out of the basketball here in the second half.
Yeah, and the crowd has been relatively quiet. I think surprised by how aggressive and successful this Mississippi Valley State team has been.
Emery was calling for help on a double team. It never came. Shot forced up. Austin on the rebound.
Good block out by Austin.
Lob inside Eights. Double teamed. Had no chance there as it's blocked out of bounds. Jabari Alex was just waiting for him to go up and knocked it out of there.
Good help this time coming over from the weak side. Sometimes it's hard to know who's supposed to come over and help when the ball's fed from the top.
Emery on the inbounds, off the glass and in for his 17th point. Playing tall down low. Emery at 6'2". And now a foul on Chapman. Trying to slow down Vaughn on the drive. Chapman's second takes us to a timeout. 7:52 to go. BYU up 67-56. Nick Emery, always got to know where he is. Off the glass and in. Emery was 17 on BYU TV.
There's a lot of comparisons to Jimmer Fredette, obviously for his ability to shoot the long ball, but on that last make, Dave and Blaine, do you see what I see in his ability to create space and use his body? That is where I think he reminds me most of Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's very strong. When I watched him in high school, he doesn't just have a reputation as a jump shooter. He's a complete scorer, and he's also a distributor of the basketball.
Another turnover for the Cougars. Back come the Devils.
Well, great job by Nate Austin to get back. The big guy running the floor and getting back in transition defense. Stopped the basketball.
Young has 22 points. He's got the ball right now. Cougars double team. Left side Phillips for three. They've had two open looks. Another offensive rebound. And a putback. And it's Vaughn in the right place at the right time. His first two of the night. Back to a single-digit game. 9-point Cougar lead. Fisher for three. Foul on the rebound. It'll go against BYU. And it's Eights. And that's his third as Davis and Collinsworth check back in. Chapman and Eights are checking out. Kafusi ready to return. And Austin will go out, so BYU is at full strength now. They're starting five back on the floor. Who'd have thought with 6:46 to go today, the starting five would still be on the floor?
That's a great, great observation. It's like, I think most people that showed up thought this would be a 20 or 30-point game based on what Mississippi Valley State's done coming into this. But
yeah.
Well, they have been really up to the task tonight.
And they're showing some patience here. Trying to get the ball into this guy's hands. Shot clock's at 3. Phillips goes up, blocked by Kafusi, and that'll be a shot clock violation. And a turnover.
Well, that's help D right there. You can play aggressively on the outside as a guard, knowing that, you know what, I got 44 and 21 behind me that can clean up anything that gets by me.
Davis been on the bench for a while here in the second half. 4-2, Cougars leading in blocks. Here's Fisher, wide open three, air ball. And back come the Devils. So Fisher has hit 3 threes, but he has missed 5, now 3 of 8 from the field.
And that one was offline. It wasn't long or short, it was left by quite a bit. Not a good shot.
Now 3 of 9 shooting from distance. Watching that Maui tournament on TV today. A year ago, Fisher and the Cougars were over there. He made 10 3-pointers against Chaminade. Former BYU assistant Dave Rice getting a big win with UNLV as they knocked off Indiana. Kafusi, another block.
And that thing was right at the top. If it wasn't goaltending, it was right at the top of the arc.
And he gets it back and gets fouled, who go to the line. Let's take another look at Corbin Kafusi.
To come over and help. Yeah, that thing was way up there. And you know what? That's a better, and you see the coach go, is that not goaltending? And the better part about that block, he had that other block that he swatted out of bounds. That doesn't do you any good. It just goes right back to the offense. That block off the board goes to your team. You could go down the other end.
4 blocks for Kaufusi tonight. Misses the free throw. Hey, you get a couple of tickets for $20 to any January men's home basketball game and get a $10 gift card to a local restaurant. Call 801-422-2526. Right now, order up your seats, and we'll see you here at the Marriott Center. Kaufusi 1 of 2. He's got 12 points. 10-point BYU lead with 5:20 to go. Everything trying to go to number 3. He's deep in the left corner, guarded by Collinsworth. That's Young with 22 points. Into the lane, Romain out of control, and an offensive foul. 4th foul on Romain.
Let's take a look at this Kaufusian. Is it on its way back down, or is it still on its way up? Oh, that's goaltending. It hit the glass first. And so their coach had a right to be upset about that one.
Davis picks up a foul. Negotiation period has ended with Coach Payne and the officials.
Yeah, the statute of limitations is up on that one.
I'll tell you what, Mississippi Valley has missed a handful of wide open threes and some free throws, and they are right there in this basketball game.
I'm telling you, you know, even if they lose this ball game, I think that that Andre Payne has got to take some positives away from this thing, just from just a sheer effort perspective. This team has given him a ton of effort in this ball game.
9 for Romain in his first game of the season. Emery, another miss. Collinsworth battling Davis, and they knock it into the hands of Searles. Searles gets it back and scores. What a trip down the floor. 7 points now for Rashawn.
And that was another of a number of rebounding opportunities where BYU just can't secure the board when they've got position.
Kaufusi, foul going back up. Missed the easy one. Now he'll go to the line where it's a little bit tougher for him.
Well, Michael Matlock just battling in there, doing a really nice job for this Mississippi Valley State team.
Searles picks up his 3rd foul. Kaufusi at the line. 2 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. Now 2 of 5. Cougars also leaving a lot of points right there.
And both of these big guys have got to hone in, Davis and Kaufusi, because they are going to get to the free throw line. Got to close out games on the line.
Missed them both. Look of concern for Dave Rose. 7-point game, and the Devils with the ball as we near 4 minutes.
Mississippi Valley, when they're this close, they're very content here in the second half to work that shot clock. Wow, great seal.
Latrell Love beats Kaufusi, 13 points. I'll tell you, as effective as Kaufusi's been on that end, Love has beaten him back.
He's used quickness, and he sealed him off that time with his backside, spun to the baseline, and did a good job.
Collinsworth is fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line. Foul is against Matlock, his 3rd, 68-60. Rattles it in. We send our congratulations to Guthrie and his family. And a big year for the Kansas City Royals. Collinsworth knocks them both down.
11 points now and 5 of 6 from the free throw line for Collinsworth. That's a good sign.
When BYU jumped out 22-5, we thought the rout was on, but far from it. The lead is 7. High arcing shot off the glass. Another offensive board. And Matlock's going to go to the line. And a chance to shoot 2.
Multiple times we've seen BYU knock their own guy off of a rebound. And then the quick hands of Mississippi Valley State have gotten in there to get that loose ball.